Heavy rain and storm warnings issued for Thailand. Tropical storm Yagi moves towards China. Increased rainfall is expected across various parts of Thailand from Tuesday until Saturday, September 3rd to 7th, with heavy rain in some areas and isolated very heavy rainfall in the northeast, central, eastern, and southern regions, according to the Thai Meteorological Department. This weather pattern is due to a monsoon trough extending across the lower north, northeast, and central regions of Thailand, influenced by a low-pressure system in the middle of the South China Sea, along with a strengthening southwest monsoon over the Andaman Sea, parts of Thailand, and the Gulf. The department has issued a warning for residents in the northeast, central, east, and south to be cautious of very heavy rainfall and potential rain accumulation, which could lead to flash floods and overflows, particularly in foothills, waterways, and low-lying areas. From Wednesday to Sunday, wave heights in the Andaman Sea and the Upper Gulf are expected to reach 2 to 3 meters, with heights exceeding 3 meters in areas experiencing thunderstorms. The department advises all ships in these regions to proceed with caution and avoid thunderstorms, while small boats should remain ashore during this period. Additionally, Tropical Storm Yagi, currently over the Philippines, is expected to strengthen into a severe tropical storm and move into the upper South China Sea by Tuesday or Wednesday. The storm is forecast to make landfall in southern China or upper Vietnam on Saturday or Sunday. Rising Chao Phraya River levels trigger flood alerts in Bangkok and surrounding provinces. Water levels in the Chao Phraya River are rising in Bangkok and across 11 provinces in the river basin, following an increase in water discharge from the Chao Phraya Dam in Chainat province to approximately 1,500 cubic meters per second, as reported by the Royal Irrigation Department, RID, today. RID Deputy Director General Det Lekwichai issued an urgent letter to the governors of Uthai Thani, Chainat, Sing Buri, Ang Thong, Suphan Buri, Ayutthaya, Lop Buri, Pathum Thani, Nontha Buri, Samut Prakan, and Bangkok. The letter advises these regions to implement precautionary measures and ensure that residents, especially those living along the Chao Phraya and Noi rivers, are well informed about the rising water levels. The increased discharge rate, driven by northern runoff reaching about 1,900 cubic meters per second, has caused the water level downstream to rise by approximately 18 centimeters. In Nontha Buri's Thait sub-district, riverside residents experienced flooding last night as the river overflowed. Riem Boonprasert, a local resident, noted that the water level is higher today than in previous days, but she has already moved her valuables to higher ground. In Ayutthaya, Governor Nuat Rungsakorn reported that 5 districts, 52 sub-districts, and 223 villages in the province have been affected by flooding, impacting around 6,000 households. The inundated districts include Bang Ban, Phak Hai, Bang Sai, Sena, and Phra Nakhon Sai Ayutthaya. The governor stated that floodwaters have risen by the 20th of October centimeters since last week, following the increase in water discharge from the Chao Phraya Dam. Some areas in the 5 districts have experienced flooding of 50 to 60 centimeters, with water levels in communities near rivers and canals reaching up to 1.5 meters. To mitigate economic damage in Sena district, particularly in the Sena and Ban Pain markets, disaster prevention officials have prioritized diverting floodwaters. A 2-meter-high floodwall and a large temporary reservoir have been constructed to prevent the Noi River from overflowing and inundating these markets. Officials continue to assess damage in surrounding communities and provide updates on the flood situation to the public. Severe flooding hits Pattaya, road submerged and vehicles stranded after heavy rain. Pattaya road submerged and vehicles stranded after heavy overnight rain. The resort city of Pattaya has been experiencing heavy rainfall in recent days, culminating in significant flooding late last night after 3 hours of intense downpour. Low-lying areas and roads, including Pattaya 3 Road, were inundated, effectively transforming them into canals, making them impassable for small vehicles. Numerous cars and motorcycles were submerged as their owners were caught off guard by the relentless rain. Pattaya police were actively advising motorists to avoid the flooded roads. While the rain has subsided this morning, it will take several hours for the floodwaters to drain into the sea. Transport Ministry drafts SEC bill for ambitious land bridge project. The Ministry of Transport is currently drafting the Southern Economic Corridor (SEC) bill to facilitate the development and operation of the few Thai parties' ambitious land bridge mega-project. The proposed land bridge aims to shorten the voyage between the Indian and Pacific Oceans by providing an alternative route that bypasses the Straits of Malacca. Caretaker Transport Minister Surya Juangruangruangkit stated that he anticipates the bill will become law by September next year, following cabinet approval, parliamentary endorsement, and royal assent. Once enacted, an SEC office will be established to oversee the implementation of the multi-billion baht project. This office will handle the design of the train system and motorway that will connect the ports on both sides of the southern isthmus. An environmental and health impact assessment, EHIA, is expected to be completed next year, along with the invitation for investor interest in the project, according to Surya. Additionally, the ministry has formed a working panel with Dubai Port World Company to lay the groundwork for the project. However, Surya clarified that this collaboration is preliminary and does not imply that the company has been selected to execute the project. Other countries, such as China or Japan, are also welcome to establish working panels with the Transport Ministry if they wish to participate. The Ministry of Transport estimates that the land bridge will reduce shipping time between the Indian and Pacific Oceans by an average of 4 days and lower transport costs by 15%. Thailand's $13 billion digital wallet scheme to include cash payments, PM announces. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra announced on Tuesday that the government's 450 billion baht, $13.1 billion, digital wallet scheme will now include cash payments, marking a shift in the flagship populist policy. Specific details are still being finalized and will be revealed in an upcoming policy statement to Parliament, she added. Initially, the digital wallet program was designed to provide 10,000 baht, $292, in credit to 50 million Thais through a smartphone app for local spending within 6 months. It is currently unclear how much of the budget will be allocated for cash payments. A deputy finance minister was not available for immediate comment. Paetongtarn, who recently became Thailand's youngest prime minister at 38, made the announcement 2 weeks after her appointment, following the removal of her predecessor Sretha Thavisin by court decision. A new government is anticipated to be established by mid-September, with a cabinet list already prepared but not yet publicly disclosed. The stimulus program, a key element of the ruling Pheu Thai Party's election campaign, aims to boost an economy that has struggled to keep pace with regional peers. The Thai economy grew by 2.3% in the April-June quarter, but analysts have expressed concerns about the impact of fiscal policy uncertainty. The central bank projects a growth rate of 2.6% for the year, up from last year's 1.9%. Critics, including economists and former central bank governors, have raised concerns about the fiscal responsibility of the handout program. The government has faced delays in rolling out the scheme due to funding challenges, with implementation now expected in the final quarter of the year. Officials have assured that the plan will adhere to fiscal discipline. Paetongtarn is the daughter of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, who has publicly supported the digital wallet scheme and endorsed the inclusion of cash payments to aid vulnerable groups. The opposition has raised issues regarding the financing of the scheme, particularly the 35 billion baht to be sourced from 5 state-run banks, the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Bank of Thailand, the Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, the Export-Import Bank of Thailand, the Government Housing Bank, and the Government Savings Bank, GSB. Opposition MP Sirikanya Tansakan expressed concern that if the funds are not specifically allocated as loans for the scheme, there could be issues with repayment. Swiss man acquitted in controversial Phuket beach incident involving Thai doctor. A Phuket court on Tuesday acquitted a Swiss national, David Phayer, of charges that he kicked a female Thai doctor, Dr. Than Dao Chandam, while she was seated on a beach in Thalang district in front of a luxury villa he had rented in February. The court concluded that the public prosecutor and co-plaintiff, Dr. Than Dao, failed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Phayer had intentionally kicked her in the back as alleged, leading to his acquittal. Dr. Than Dao, a 26-year-old doctor at Dibuk Hospital in Phuket, had previously told the media that she was kicked in the back by Phayer on the night of February 24 while she was sitting on steps at Yamu Beach. She decided to go public with her story, claiming that Phayer's Thai wife had boasted about having strong connections with senior Phuket police officers during the incident. Phraya later explained to the public that he had run towards Dr. Than Dao under the mistaken belief that she was a Chinese tourist trespassing on his property. He claimed that he slipped, causing his foot to accidentally touch her back. Celebrity lawyer Kurd Fol Kiwam had expressed skepticism about the strength of the case, suggesting that the police report may have been too weak to secure a conviction. The case stirred significant public outcry in Phuket, with residents alleging that wealthy foreign businessmen often exploit local resources and restrict public access to beaches. This controversy led to provincial and national authorities ordering a crackdown on the blocking of public beaches, restoring access to areas that had been previously restricted. In response to the incident, the Phuket governor recommended the annulment of Phraya's long-stay visa, which he had obtained through an investment in an elephant farm on the island. In March, the Phuket Immigration Office revoked Phraya's visa, but it was decided that his deportation would be delayed until the legal proceedings were concluded. As of now, it remains uncertain whether Phraya will still be deported following his acquittal. Thai businesses withdraw from Myanmar amid ongoing economic and political turmoil. Thai businesses have been gradually withdrawing their investments from Myanmar due to the country's prolonged economic downturn and increasing difficulties in operations. The economic situation in Myanmar, which has been deteriorating for nearly 4 years, shows no signs of improvement, largely due to the ongoing conflicts between the military junta and resistance groups. Myanmar's economy, already struggling from the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, took a further hit following the military coup in 2021, and has been further destabilized by ongoing clashes between the junta government and various ethnic groups. Thammasat Sethordam, Executive Vice President of Siam Cement Group, SCG, stated that the company has suspended operations at 2 of its factories in Myanmar and halted expansion plans over the past 2 years due to the political instability. SCG had invested over 8 billion baht in these factories, but as the conflict persists, some of the machinery has already been stolen. There's no prospect of resuming operations anytime soon, Thammasat said. There is another cement factory in northern Myanmar owned by a Chinese company, which is protected by Chinese military forces. SCG could not replicate that, nor would we risk our employees' safety. Similarly, beverage giant Osotspa plc, OSP, recently announced the sale of its investments in Myanmar Golden Eagle and Myanmar Golden Glass, valued at 136 million baht. Ratiporn Ratcharoen, OSB's chief financial officer, explained that the divestment aligns with the company's strategy to strengthen its core business by shedding non-core assets. She noted that this move would not impact OSB's beverage operations in Myanmar. However, analysts estimate that OSP could lose approximately 800 million baht in revenue from the sale of these subsidiaries, which manufacture and sell glass bottles in Myanmar. TPBI Public Company Limited, a manufacturer of plastic and packaging products, informed the Stock Exchange of Thailand, SET, in July that its board had decided to terminate accounts related to TPBI and Myanmar Star Company Limited, a subsidiary that had ceased operations due to economic uncertainties in Myanmar. Event organizer Grand Prix International plc also notified SET in November last year that it had terminated GPI Myanmar Company Limited, which had been managing exhibitions and trade fairs. Kriang Krai Kanjanapokin, founder and CEO of Index Creative Village, revealed that the company decided to discontinue its event management business in Myanmar in 2023, after nearly 4 years of operations. We have no current plans to return to the Myanmar market. We would only consider re-entering when the situation is fully stabilized, he said. However, not all Thai companies are pulling out of Myanmar. Thai Beverage plc recently reported increasing revenue from its liquor business in Myanmar over the past 9 months. The company acquired a 75% stake in Grand Royal Group, Myanmar's largest whiskey producer, in 2017. Thai Bev has also invested over 500 million baht in a beer manufacturing plant in Myanmar. Similarly, Thai President Foods, the maker of Mamai instant noodles, continues its operations, with its factory in Mandalay, which employs around 100 workers, still in operation. Thank you for tuning in. For the latest updates, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Have a wonderful day.